Welcome to Good Game.
The show for gamers, by gamers.
I'm Junglist.
I'm Kapowski.
This week we head to California and check out Red Octane Studios. They're putting the final touches on Guitar Hero 2.
Oh God, I gotta nail that orange button one more time.
We'll be taking Masterclass in FIFA with Runaway. He is representing Australia in this year's World Cyber Games.
And we look at the latest in the Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell franchise, Double Agent.
But first, here's Gamers News.
Gamers will now be able to access the Call of Duty titles via Valve's Steam. Over 10 million gamers already use Steam for the play and delivery of online games such as Half-Life 2 and Counter-Strike.
Control. Details have been released about the new look E3, the biggest gaming expo in the world, as well as a new time, mid-July 2007, and a new location, Santa Monica in California. E3 will now incorporate a business event along with the aspects of the former trade show and will be invitation only.
Blizzard, makers of World of Warcraft, have closed the accounts of 76,000 players and removed over 11 million gold from the game in an attempt to stop cheaters and gold farmers. And in other WoW news, closed beta testing has begun for the upcoming expansion Burning Crusade.
And finally, a trailer has been released for the upcoming game Stranglehold, which makes good use of bullet time and destructible environments. Stranglehold will feature the voice of Chow Yun-fat from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and also behind the scenes is Hollywood director John Woo.
In this week's extended edition, we're going to look at graphics cards and monitors. The configuration you choose for your graphics will vary greatly based upon your needs. High detail games will require lots of graphical muscle with multiple card setups and large monitors, while simple, low detail games will only require single card setups with a normal screen. There are three main ways to configure graphics cards: single card, 2 or more cards in SLI, or 2 cards in Crossfire. Up until recently, only single card solutions have been available, not including the now defunct 3DFX's Scanline Interleave solution. Single card setups continue to be the main configuration for part-time gamers due to the comparatively low cost of a single card versus 2 cards. However, for any serious gamer, the only way to get spectacular graphics at high resolutions is with a multiple card setup. Dual and even quad card setups are capable of maintaining respectable frame rates in high detail games at huge resolutions, and as such are the choice of hardcore gamers. In order to see what your graphics cards are putting out, you'll need a monitor. Again, there's more than one choice available. Hardcore gamers will generally swear by their old 21-inch CRTs, claiming that LCD technology still hasn't caught up with the good old stuff. Not so. 19-inch LCD screens have achieved the necessary response times and can be used by hardcore gamers without fear of smearing. Even if you're after high resolution, there are LCD screens available today that can match CRTs, although you will pay more for them. Not that that matters, however, as almost all manufacturers no longer make CRT screens. So, in reality, the only way to go from here is LCD. For the hardcore gamer, the pick of the bunch is definitely the 19-inch LCD. They provide a large viewing area, and manufacturers have finally been able to reduce their response times enough to satisfy all but the most scrupulous of testers. A good 19-inch LCD screen will set you back at least $400. Do your research and you won't be disappointed. So now we're going to add a graphics card to our gaming machine. We've decided to go with a single card solution that suits medium detail games such as World of Warcraft and Counter-Strike Source. We've also chosen to go with a 24-inch LCD screen that suits office applications and photo editing. To put the graphics card in, we must first remove the matching slot cover from the rear of the case. Once this is done, align the graphics card with the uppermost graphics slot and insert the card gently, making sure it is seated properly. You'll also need to screw the graphics card down at the rear, or clip it in if your case has an easy lock system. To set up your monitor, place it on the desk and adjust the screen so that your eyes naturally fall just above the center line. This ensures easy viewing over long periods of time, as your neck won't get sore from looking up or down too much. You should adjust the brightness and contrast so that the blacks appear to be black and not dark grey. Next week we'll take a look at power supplies. How much is enough and how much is too much?
Hey gamers, can you name this game? It was developed back in 1989 by LucasArts. Good luck.
Guitar Hero is one of the most popular and critically acclaimed games of recent times.
Yeah, the mix of the copy guitar and top tunes makes this game awesome fun.
So it's no surprise that Guitar Hero 2 is coming out in November. Marcus and John from Red Octane, thanks for joining us on Good Game. So what's new in Guitar Hero 2?
You know, the best thing about Guitar Hero 2, I think a lot of new things are coming down the pipe. We've offered up a new dimension to playing in the band together, so you're gonna have a bass player jamming along with your rhythm guitar player, or rhythm guitar player jamming along with your soloist. And you're gonna have more content, more songs. It's just gonna be more difficult all the way around, but still the same rockin' feeling you got from the first one.
We've joined up the life bar, the rock meter is joined, the score is joined,
Yep.
the combo meter is joined, so you're together. It's all love. It's all the love of rocking out together.
I mean, you gotta coordinate everything as far as like throwing the necks up together at the same time.
Star power is together.
Together. There's a lot more band unity this time, so you know, just working together for the common cause to keep that rock meter in the green.
How do you go about choosing the songs?
The music industry embraced us and the musicians embrace us, and so a lot of people have turned around and said, please use our songs. And
Exactly.
So, some people totally get it. Not everybody got it. We're missing some guys, but you know, there's always Guitar Hero 3, but bands like Guns N' Roses,
Man, Nirvana, Van Halen, we got some of the big ticket items that we sort of missed out on a little bit last year, but I think everybody universally just came around and realized the power of GH collectively, and now arms are open and we're being embraced by a lot of different people. It just makes us, you know, getting content a lot easier.
So what's the process of making a song into a Guitar Hero track?
Once the music selection committee approves of something and John gives me the go-ahead, we get the green light.
once it's cleared through licensing as
And
well.
once it comes back all the way through and hits the go-ahead, I head over to a studio called Wave Group Sound, and what I do is I put in about 2 or 3 days of pre-production before every song gets recorded, and I spend a lot of time just listening and absorbing the production techniques and the tuning. Some of it is so difficult because it's not as cut and dry as you'd think, because we're not taking these songs and quantizing them. We're not taking these songs and like making everything perfect. We are taking the songs that came warts and all and putting the warts back on them. And in some cases, it's so challenging because a lot of the tempos will fluctuate, and a lot of the times the guitars need to be treated specially. So it's a testimony to, I think, everybody that really works on the game and does such a good job, that we work so hard to make what we do look so easy.
Guitar Hero seems to be a part of a growing trend for party games.
When we went around developing the vision for the product, it was never about what would make a good party game. The exact experience of multiplayer in the game and the way that it came out was actually through development of the game. What we really wanted was something that was true to the music. When we look at music games and how that form of entertainment has not been fused with video game entertainment in this era. If you look at all the other forms of entertainment, sports entertainment, movie entertainment, they've all been fused into video games as the latest form of entertainment. Music is one of the earliest forms of entertainment and has not been fused with interactive video games in this way that is true to rock and roll.
Is it possible we're going to see Guitar Hero for other genres of music as well?
You know, we have our PR guy just sitting.
He's just
nearby,
glowering over us right now.
So,
Dude is
you know,
like
the reason
holding
why
up
they sit in
signs
is
saying,
that
"No,
they got
yes,
us under
no."
lock and key, and so we can't
Right.
say anything. So obviously, we've been working on this vision of instrument gaming for the Western audience for a couple of years now. And if you've thought about it recently, we've been thinking about it for a long time.
We've been working on it.
So we won't introduce anything until it's just right. And you won't hear about it until we're ready to basically show you something that we really believe in.
Come on, give us some hints. Country hero, blues hero.
No, but we have toyed around with Didgeridoo Hero a bit.
I keep on trying to pitch my harmonica hero around.
They're not buying it?
No, they're not.
What's your favorite track?
Yeah, you know what? It's no surprise that my favorite band is Lamb of God from the game. I had an amazing time recording it, and it fits in perfectly with the kind of energy that I think I represent when I hold the guitar. It's almost too much energy. Like the guitar starts to play its frickin' self when I'm holding it, so I gotta temper it down. So when something comes down the pipe like that allows me to just thrash and be really as heavy as I want to be, I feel good in those regards. So thank you, Lamb of God. You rule. By the way, Junglist, I'm sending this back for you, bro. This is a handmade metalhead headband, bro. Now, when you don this headband, you have the power to rock and roll.
Thanks, dude. So, tell us about the downloadable content available on the 360.
It's what people are crying for, and with music games, music is the content. It's everything, right? It's your play experience, and it lets us do a lot of things. It lets us experiment. It lets us, do the microtransactions that people are expecting. So this is a huge, huge feature, and something that we're obviously going to do. We're going to do it right.
Ronald Renteria, games tester for Guitar Hero. How long have you played?
I have been working at this company for some time now, almost 2 years, and since Guitar Hero 1, I've come to work and started playing Guitar Hero, and it's been like that for about 2 years now.
How have you become so good?
I just honestly have a knack for music rhythm video games. I started off playing Dance Dance Revolution, and from there I went on to play other games that were similar, and this game is very similar to all those other music games. It's all about timing and rhythm.
Bash out your skills. What song are you going to play for us?
I'm going to play Laid to Rest. I think it's a good song, and it's one of the many songs I can play without watching the screen.
A bit of a metalhead, aren't you?
And the Good Game t-shirt for this week goes to... So we've got Jake, a.k.a. Runaway, here. He's going to go to WCG and compete in FIFA 2006. How are you, man?
Good, thanks.
So, first up, can you give us any just general tips for FIFA? Or?
Well, for a beginner, if they want to come join in the game and join in the scene, probably a good team to start off with would be probably Brazil. Their passing always seems to be accurate, even if you're not as accurate. Their shooting, they can pull off some good shots from just about anywhere in the field. In general, practicing, you probably just want to get used to just passing the ball around, just find a formation that you like. And yeah, just about go from there. Slowly start playing the computer, maybe play some human opponents. It's always good to maybe play some of the better human opponents out there. You gain your skills faster, I feel, if you play the stronger opponents.
If you want to get really good, what are the basics, like passing or...
Yeah, definitely. Passing is one of them. You want to make some good passes, and a lot of the international players are good at just doing long, high balls from one side to the field to the other, making it down to pretty much the attacking side of the field in like 2 passes and do another cross and score. They can pull that off just about continuously, so it's always good to practice those type of just like crosses. They always seem to be an easy way to score in FIFA. For me personally, I like just going straight through the center, sort of just go where the ball takes me. I try to keep it on the ground, and if it starts getting a bit congested up there, I'll start maybe going out wide or go back or something like that. But yeah, a lot of the players, a lot of the international players, the Germans, the Chinese, they love doing the wings. They'll just about all the time go to the wings. And yeah, there's a tactic in the latest FIFAs last year, this year, and the new one, 07, called man marking, which is good against the crosses. If you've got people which are continuously doing crosses against you, set your man marking to those people sending in the crosses, and it should sort of eliminate maybe those chances that they get.
So tell us about your team, Chelsea, and the diamond formation that you use.
Oh, diamond formation, I like using it pretty much. I like having the defender in front of them on my back 4, sort of just a bit of cover there. In case they sort of make it through the midfield, there's always still that one last midfielder there that gives them something to think about.
You're about to head off to WCG soon. How often would you practice to be able to compete at that level?
Lately, these days, I've been practicing maybe 4 hours a day or so, squeezing it in. I've got to work, so unfortunately I can't put too much time in. You probably got to put in a bit of game time on the PC, so if you're an Xbox gamer, you probably want to get a bit used to the PC version. And once you get used to it, yeah, it's football. Just about anyone can show up, I feel. And if you just put in a few solid performances, you can pretty much come out with a victory. Even though I've made it to this tournament, I'm not going to go out there and say, yeah, I'm the best in Australia, because I really know I'm not. There's more than enough people out there that could probably give me a thrashing in this game in our country, let alone other countries, which I'll probably learn in a few days.
How do you reckon you'll go this year?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't play as much as I did in 03. I went there back in 2003, went to Korea for the same tournament. And yeah, I used to play just about like 10 hours a day back then, didn't have a job and stuff. So this year I'm just going, I don't know, have a bit of fun. I don't have too many expectations, so I'm hoping maybe that might even give me a bit of an advantage against these guys that are really nervous and they're trying to win. I'm just there enjoying myself this time.
How's your competition? Are they new? Are they experienced? Or?
The person who's actually won the main tournament the last 3 years, this German guy, he got knocked out in Germany this year. So that may give people like me maybe some hope, and there could be a possibility to maybe pull it through. Starter's the main one. He's the one that won 03, 04 and 05. He's won it the last 3 years. He's killed it. And yeah, he's pretty much a pro gamer over there. I think at the end of 02, he ended up getting something like €15,000 a year. The contract is to play games, so.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's definitely getting
not
good.
Too shabby.
Yeah, not bad at all, eh?
How close do you reckon Australia is to that sort of sponsorship?
It's getting closer, because yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger every year. Unfortunately for the FIFA scene, it's not that much, nowhere near as that big yet. But for Counter-Strike and some of those other scenes, it's definitely looking good. Yeah, you could be able to get, if the bigger companies get involved, wouldn't be surprised to see some good contracts coming in.
So you actually download videos of other pros playing as well and sort of...
They're hard to find. I just found the other countries' WCG stuff and just got their streaming video, the media off their sites, and just checked them out, how they've been playing.
The actual finals in the WCG, what sort of format does that take?
For FIFA itself, there's something like 20 groups of 6 or something, and there's 6 people in a group, and I'll have to play each one of these people once. So there'll be 5 games. And yeah, if you win, probably about 4 of those games you'll need to at least win to make it out of the group. And that's the same scenario for some of the other games like Warcraft and Counter-Strike. Depending on the size of the team, you can afford to maybe lose 1 game. Then FIFA is pretty big this year. Back in 03, I only had to go to final 16. If I make it out of my group, I got final 32 now. And instead of playing 1 game, it's 2 games for that. 6-minute halves. Yeah, you play each other sort of like home and away, and make your way up to the final, which I think is also home and away type thing. It wouldn't be just 1 game for the finals. They sort of keep that home and away type thing. It's mad fun. Like once the tournament's over, you're there with like 50, 70 nations, just all pretty much having a party.
Good game.
From the dock. Ah, that's the machine he's been building for the show.
Nice.
Man, we're gonna get rid of this thing.
Competition time.
That's right, people. We want you on this show.
Send in your own segment of Good Game to us.
It can be anything. It can be a review of a game that you've played,
Land competition you've organized.
or a grand tour around your rig.
Anything and everything, as long as it's gaming related and about 1 to 2 minutes long.
Now, you'll get to win this beautiful machine. It's worth over $4,000, and we'll probably chuck in a few extra accessories and a screen to go with it as well. Lucky you.
It's a beast! So find out how to enter on our forums.
We'd also chuck in some steak knives, but we're out.
Good luck.
Your role is to cover Sam. Hold your position.
John.
John, answer me.
All right, I'm here at Ubisoft headquarters, and I'm getting a sneak peek at Splinter Cell Double Agent. Trying to sneak into a geothermal plant right now.
There are 2 guards patrolling. Get rid of them smoothly.
We've got night vision. We've got thermal vision. All right, so you've also got another version to detect electrical fields. Now that is awesome. We've just planted ourselves up against the top of the ice shield, punched through it, dragged a guy down, and stabbed him. It's not a kid's game. Staying quite true to the old Splinter Cell fashion here, shooting the lights out. Night vision, thermal, sneaking into a room. We've got sleeping guards. It looks like we're cutting the power to some security systems. We can see the HD version here, but not everyone has HD. The 360 is capable of that, but still, I mean, the non-HD version is an awesome improvement in graphics over the other old Splinter Cells on the old Xbox and PS. So we've got Sam Fisher. He's the veteran operative for Third Echelon, and for those of you who don't know, Sam Fisher is kind of the guy you send in when you want to deny all knowledge if he's caught. He's the guy that does all the dirty stuff for the government that they don't want to admit to. But in this game, he's sent to prison to infiltrate a terrorist organization, and he kind of has to play both sides, and it's very decision-based.
You know what's going to happen if you don't tell me.
It's right over there.
The code.
1403.
What are you waiting for? Come here and push me up.
Now it looks like the old sound meter and the noticeable meter has been replaced by just a little light on his shoulder and his gun. Sort of following the trend of no health bars in games nowadays. If you're getting hurt, if you're getting shot, the whole screen's going fuzzy and it's just hard to do anything. Storyline, as usual, is complex but pretty fun to get into. Traditional Tom Clancy, the objectives can change halfway through the mission.
Wait, the way up front is now clear. This will be much quicker. Let me go and check.
I repeat, your role is to cover Sam. Hold your position.
John.
John, answer me. Sam, jump through the vent before it closes again.
It's got a sort of warning noise that plays when there's danger around, kind of like a spidey sense. A couple of meters that are new are the trust meters. You've got one for the terrorist organization, one for the government. Now that you're a double agent, you have to sort of maintain your trust with both of them. You've got lethal and non-lethal ways of killing people, so non-lethal ways are a good way of maintaining your trust. A lot of the old tricks from the old Splinter Cell games are there, like the lock picking and hanging upside down from poles to shoot people. But there's also a lot of new stuff. Some of them are just cosmetic changes, like instead of the double elbow to the neck, now you've got just one solid shank. Now there's multiple ways the story can go in the game, and that's based on a few critical decisions you make, and also the trust levels at the time. We're still controlling the guy there. Some decisions will require you to choose the lesser of two evils, which invokes emotion amongst the player, which is good. Now, we should note that we are looking at the 360 version of Splinter Cell Double Agent here. And I've got to say, we've been reviewing a few games that have been exclusive to the 360, but this game is utilizing the hardware better than I've seen. All right, now it looks like we can see the results screen at the end of the mission here, and as far as we understand it, the better you do in the mission, you've got all your ratings like total non-lethal kills and all that sort of stuff. The better you do, the more stuff your boss might want to give you, like special items and that sort of thing. And keep in mind, you have to please two bosses at the same time, sort of conflicting interests. So if you get a stealth rating of a negative 218%, like I've got, you might not get too many extra items, but that's all right.
60 seconds. Back.
Let's do it.
Hey, where were you?
I was checking out the new Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell?
Yeah.
How was it?
Good, man. Very good.
Nice one. I like the co-op action in Chaos Series.
Yeah, well, this one's actually more about multiplayer than co-op, though.
Does it work?
Well, at this point in the series, they got to be wondering, how do I keep the game fresh, you know? But I think it's going to turn out pretty well. They got the whole trust levels thing, where every decision you make affects your trust between either the terrorists or the government, because he's a double agent. So, yeah, I'm thinking it's going to turn out pretty well. And also, there's a lot more daylight in the game.
So is it worth pulling out any Mula Chacha for it?
Well, it depends. You know, not everyone likes Tom Clancy games. Some guys buy it and think they'll like it just because they're guys. But in my opinion, it's just as much a puzzle game as it is a shooting game. So, but from what I saw, yeah, it's going to turn out pretty sweet. What about you? Why are you so tired, man?
Dude, I've been up all night playing Scorched 3D. Do you remember that old game called Scorched Earth?
Yeah.
Well, this is a 3D version of it. Some guy made it in C++. It's
Really?
awesome, yeah.
Sweet, show me.
Yeah, man, it's like Worms. It's got heaps of funky bombs and weapons you can choose from, except you can't move your character. You can adjust the power and the angle of your weapons to hit your opponent. Boom!
Wow, man, I used to love the old Scorched Earth. This is great. Where do I get this?
Dude, some guy put it up on the forums. I just Googled it.
Sweet.
It's free, too.
Good game.
Hey, dude, did you get the name of the game for this week?
I think so.
Well, for those who didn't, it's Loom, and it was developed back in 1989 by LucasArts.
That's right. It's one of the best adventure games of all time. It's got a compelling but strange storyline.
And he's got to have one of the best character names ever, Bobbin Threadbare. Get it? Loom, Bobbin, Threadbare.
Well, gamers, that's your bloomin' lot for this week.
Next week, it's more Raffle Cup. This time, it's in Battlefield 2.
That's right, we go head to head.
Tank to tank.
With the AEF, one of Australia's top clans.
We also meet the guys behind GameStar Radio. They're one of the best esports shoutcasters in the world.
Don't forget to stop by our forums and leave us a review, request, or a message.
And get working on those competition entries. We want to give away the best.
That's right. Junglist out.
Kapowski out.
More Raffle Cup. More Raffle Cup. We'll be shooting it up.
Shooting it up.